Here's a glimpse from the other side, Denang Beach. Oh yeah, it's a Monday. It's a Monday. People out here living different lives. The state's got you believing that 9 to 5 is the way to live and the way to die. Work 50 years, retire, then die. Stay poor. The government is the criminals. But you don't want to hear me though. Invest. Get the F up out of the states. Come to where your money goes further. Come to where people can actually enjoy their lives. Can actually enjoy their money. I'm about to take a dip in there. I didn't come way out here to not try out the waters, so. Let's see what's what. The West Coast, Cali, we'd be worried about stingrays, little tiny stingrays. Oh, the water feels good though. The water feels good. I just don't know enough about these. I believe I'm in the Chinese Sea, guys. I believe I'm in the Chinese Sea now. I don't know. I gotta do some research, but I just don't know enough of what's in here yet. If there was Ibiza, we'd be having to worry about the medusas, so which are. They're the jellyfish, for you guys that don't know Spanish. But it's some warm water. I can mess with this. I will come back. Just wanted to test the waters today. Come back tomorrow for sure. We're doing research tonight. And then yeah, see what's up. It's ending up being a good video. See all those lights over there, all those hearts. See if we can make our way over there. See what's up. All Vietnamese can squat like that, man. They're the masters of squatting. Also, I don't know how they do it. Some Vietnamese girls. What's up? Vietnamese family over here. Vietnamese teens. People actually out here relaxing and enjoying their lives, and I bet they make less than you do, way less. But somehow the state has you convinced that you gotta work hard, buy expensive stuff, be in debt to that expensive stuff. And I mean things like massive TVs, massive entertainment centers that you don't need. Not just one, but two, multiple cars that you're indebted to, that lose their value as soon as you take them out of the lot. You gotta rewire your brain, guys. What truly brings you happiness? Being in debt or being free? Financially free. As in being able to do whatever that you want. Not having to be tied down to a country's laws, country's customs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm barely finding out what makes Vietnam unique, but first impression, I'm gonna give it to you 100. I like it better than Thailand. So, I know a lot of Thailand lovers out there, especially bodybuilders, man. You guys are in love with Thailand. But I don't consider myself a bodybuilder. I'm just a dude that likes to lift. That's it. I like to be strong. I like to be able to lift my woman up. I like to be able to spin it around, do whatever I want. Be able to help someone move. Oh, strength is cool. And so are these hearts. Look at that. How beautiful people live here in Vietnam. Just a picture of your heart. Look at this. Look at this, guys. It's nice. You guys want to know what the number one thing I've noticed about traveling the world and all the other countries that I visited? And I do mean all. The only one that I could the only one that I feel compares to the United States as far as crime and just like the fear and presence of crime is Paris, France, and of course the UK, London. From the places that I visited, where it's like violent crime can happen, you know, a stabbing, you know, just a broken bottle over the head over someone that doesn't like you, you know, just you know, definitely not as violent as the United States, which is by far the most violent country in the world when you consider shooting sprees and random killings of innocent people in the mall and all this other craziness, gang violence, cops murdering innocent people. I mean, like, the US is bad. You guys don't know it. But all these other places, when you travel, you feel at ease. People leave their car doors open. People leave their houses like open. Like, they leave their property laying just anywhere, you know, like it's not, they're not worried. Like, it's like, especially these Southeast Asian countries like Thailand and here, like, they believe in karma. Like, they don't want to harm you because they don't want harm to be done upon to them, you know. And Spain, dude, I've never once, like, in Ibiza, I've never once felt like I need to be watching my pockets or my back or my merce. None of that, you know. They leave car doors open there too and all that. Certain parts of Barcelona where I wouldn't do that, but yeah, man. The US is jacked up, and I'm talking about places that I visited, starting with Los Angeles. One of the most jacked up places in the world. That's where dreams go to die. LA has the United States and the world, but mostly the United States. Mostly people from rural United States brainwashed so bad that they believe that it's a land of dreams. And then they save up their hard-earned money and they dream their whole life of going to Los Angeles. They arrive to Los Angeles and get slapped in the face by reality. And that's straight up facts. I've seen it with my own eyes. I lived in LA for over 30 years, so I know what I'm talking about. It's sad. Begging for money, too ashamed to go back home. They become druggies. The women sell themselves, but they won't tell their parents they're doing that. And I'm not talking about they're out on, some maybe out on the corner, but no, they sell themselves to men with money that they meet at the gym, that they meet here, that they meet there. You know, they're just a regular old girl from the country that's doing what she has to do to be able to stay in LA. And that's what I mean. Is it worth your soul? I'm speaking to you right now, woman. The one that came from Nebraska, the one that came from North Carolina, the one that come, you know, people come from New York to LA because they have dreams. Come on now. This is, don't let LA brainwash you and fool you. It is not a land of dreams. It's a land of smoke and mirrors. So I could say the same about New York. I don't feel comfortable in New York, you know. I've been to Brooklyn. I've been to the Bronx. I didn't feel comfortable, you know. People are always trying to hustle you. Like, don't talk to me, bro. What you want from me is money, and I don't want to give it to you, so leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? You don't get that here. You don't get harassed. Texas, yeah, no, you got a lot of pride, Texas, but have you been to Houston? I mean, come on now. El Paso is like safe. That's just because a bunch of DEA agents live there and stuff, but and other secret law enforcement. But the place is terrible. It's hot. There's nothing to do, and that's what I mean. So you're in the United States. You either have a city that has quote unquote everything, but you're not going to be safe there. You will not be safe, and your family will be corrupted. Or you're from some place that has nothing, like El Paso, that has nothing but heat and misery, you know, or people, or a place that's full of a bunch of bigots, like Scottsdale, Arizona. I like to call it Scottsdale, Arizona, full of a bunch of bigots, and the bigots don't like me saying that, but hey, it is what it is. Arizona's got a lot of you too. The United States is full of racism. Yep. It's like, it's not like you don't know it. And there's hot spots all around the United States, and a prime one is Orange County, California, which I know very well. Bunch of hatred in the United States. It's disgusting. And you know what the worst part is? That you smile in the face of the person you hate. Not me. You never got to smile for me. If I Lord bless me with the spirit of discernment. So I could pick up on energy real well. And so I'm not gonna smile at you. If I already picked up on your energy, I'm not gonna smile at you. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen it happen plenty of times, just out lounging, you know, having dinner, having lunch, even with friends, man. They're like, hey, how have you been? Corny ass friends, how you been? It's been a long time seeing you, you know, like, oh, I really miss you, this and that. We used to have so much fun. And then as soon as you turn your back, like, God, I just hate that dude, man. What the hell's he doing? Like, that's the American way? Oh my God. Oh, excuse me for bashing the United States, but it gave me PTSD. It's a country that's divided. It's a country that half of the population doesn't like the other half, and the other half fakes it like they do, and all kinds of other BS, man. Oh, it's a country of stress, and I'm healing from that. Look at this. Another thing too, imagine this over in Miami. How much do you think a room up there will cost you? That's what I'm seeing at. My room is the one all the way in the top, to the right. I don't know if you see it. There's 3 lights that are on, and mine's the one on the right. How much do you think that room with the balcony would cost here per night in Miami? I'll let you tell it. I guarantee you won't believe how much it cost me here, and I won't tell it either because you won't believe it. So, but you got to find out for yourself. I'm telling you guys this so you guys can find out for yourself, and I'm telling this to you that are stuck in the United States, that want to leave the United States, because you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. This election is people say this all the time, but this election is going to be one for the ages, guys. So much is going to come out of this. So much bad, or so much bad for the United States. If a certain president gets elected, I'm not going to say names, but if a certain president gets elected, There's going to be a lot of bad within the United States is going to be happening. It's going to be hell on earth. And if the other president wins, it's going to be bad worldwide, guys. It really is. Because the world is in chaos right now. You know what I mean? Lots of wars going on everywhere. And people are not only smelling the next world war, but they're preparing for it. So that's my hotel right there. So that's where I'm going. So yeah, guys, talking to you guys that want to get out, man. There's a way. It starts with just getting on a plane and going. On a long weekend, you know what I'm saying? Leave your kids at home, take your wife with you, like 3-day weekend, and say, we have to go explore Costa Rica, you know? We have to go explore Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to go explore Wales. You know what I mean? And you'll see the opportunities. They'll start to open up. You know? They really will. And you guys like, hey, man, but I'm stuck on my 9 to 5. Well, then you guys haven't been listening to me for the past, what? How long have I been on Instagram now? I don't even know. Let's just call it 10 years. You guys haven't been listening to me for the past 10 years. You invest. You invest. You take chances. You take risk. That's what you do. All right? You invest. You invest. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you how to use your brain analytically. It teaches you how to read patterns. Like, invest, guys. Invest. I've told you guys already all of where you can start. You know, I've told you the websites that you should access. If you want to become an angel investor, you got to get your game up. You got to have enough money to become one. And then after that, a lot of doors will open up for you. There's really good companies that are going to change the world, guys. And you can invest in them. Like right now, that they're just basically thoughts in people's brains. And well, more than that, they've already been put on paper and stuff like that. But you just have to go and see what they have to present and invest, guys. You guys want quick money like rappers, but guess what happens to rappers? They go broke. Yep, they go broke or they get killed. That's what happens to rappers. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know what I'm saying? It's a hand, or they stories of their secret lives come to the forefront, and you learn that your favorite rapper likes children and likes to do things to children. You know, this is just from what my experience as an American, as a person of the world has taught me. Not much good has come out of rap. In fact, I credit rap for corrupting America. Yeah, I said it. I credit rap for corrupting America. Matter of fact, I 100% can stand by that statement. So, and celebrities, I mean, that's who you admire, dude. The United States is obsessed with celebrities. That's who you admire. You guys admire celebrities. Look at your YouTube feed. Look at your Instagram, like recommendations. Just, you're obsessed. You're obsessed with TMZ, with lives of celebrities who end up in rehab because they're drug addicts, cokeheads. You know, this is who you're idolizing. This is the problem. This is what happened with America. Okay? You lost your connection with Christ. Calling yourself a Christian doesn't make you a Christian. America has been under that false pretense. I'm a Christian. I know what it means to be a Christian, so I will act like one and I will say that I'm one. And I'll have my favorite Bible verses memorized to prove it to the world that I'm a good Christian. Man, God sees through your BS, bro. He sees through your BS. Okay? There's no half-stepping when it comes to the Lord. None whatsoever. So you could call yourself a Christian your whole life, but if you're doing anything other than what Jesus would do, if the person was put in front of Jesus, how would he treat this person? Doesn't matter if this person's an immigrant from Mexico that's crossing through your yard. Doesn't matter if it's a refugee. Doesn't matter if it's a prostitute. Doesn't matter if it's I wasn't just call them ladies of the night, because I've already figured out there's some words that YouTube has obviously not liked, because my videos haven't been getting many views, but I said it anyways. You know what I mean? People, undesirables, right? What would Jesus do? And the problem with a lot of so-called Christians in America is that they would do the opposite of what Jesus would do, you know? And that's where America has gotten lost, right there, okay? Because those were the Christians that were holding us down. And somehow down the line, you went, I don't know what happened. You lost your connection with Christ. You know, you stopped going after his heart. And that's what happened right there. Okay, forget the other half that, don't forget them, but the half that doesn't believe in Jesus, you know, the people that are out there willfully working for the devil. I mean, we have to leave that up to God. But as a church, as a people, we got to hold ourselves accountable. We really do. And if you're admiring celebrities, man, oh, that's the devil right there. He's got you right in his, wrapped around his little finger. That's exactly where he wants you, looking at these celebrities, man. And then athletes, man, I feel bad for athletes. I don't know what it is, so many hits to the head or what, but they go broke. I mean, they make all this money and then don't know what to do with it. They go to strip clubs, they gamble, you know what I'm saying? A few lucky ones have gotten, you know, good commercials and, you know, gotten some nice steady flow off of that. And there's been some very intelligent ones. Magic Johnson, number one, leading the way. He's the one that opened doors for a lot of athletes to, you know, show you how to do the do, which is basically what I'm telling you. I'm telling you how to do the do as an average Joe, as a dude that came from the ghetto, from Pico Union, a Chicano that is an average Joe that likes to lift weights and travels the world for a living. That's who's telling you how to do it. Magic Johnson told the athletes. Some dumbass athletes chose to do what they wanted to do, and others actually, you know, became wise, got hip to the game of investing and invested. And what you think that you start off saying, oh, I'm gonna drop $1 million in Starbucks, is doing great. Man, Magic Johnson didn't even do that. At first, you buy yourself some shares. You buy little shares of good companies, man. You just gotta put your money where it's gonna go to work. You know what I'm saying? Before you know, something hits big, like Moderna hit for me. It hits big, and then you could pull that chunk of change up, and you're gonna be like, you know what? Now I can afford to put this chunk of change into this company that I've been eyeing for a long time, or into this startup that is going to change the world. Imagine if you would have invested. This is right now, we're in June 10th, 2024. Imagine if you would have invested in Nvidia when I was telling you guys to invest in Nvidia 3.5 years ago. The proof is in the pudding, guys. Go back to my richieblogs.eth. It's there in my stories, man. So the proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? You're not just like listening to some random dude talking to you about random shit. You're listening to a dude that's telling you how to get the up. I'm just gonna cuss, you know. I mean, I already said prostitute. It's telling you how to get the fuck up out of the hood. Number one, that's what you got to do first. Get out of the hood. If you're from there, you got to get out of there. And then to get out of the states, man. Invest and get out of the states. You know what I'm saying? Put your money in foreign bank accounts. You know what I'm saying? Get some Bitcoin. People don't believe in Bitcoin, huh? All right. We'll see what happens. That's how you only get to go on vacations. You know what I mean? And then you waste your money and you're like, what the hell was that all about? Because what you really want to be doing is you want to be doing it for a living. You know what I'm saying? Just doing what you want. That's where the truth is. But if you're not investing, then how are you going to be able to do that? You know? You won't. You know, and there's only one way to start, guys. There's only one way to start. You have to commit. You have to say, I want out of the ghetto. I want out of the United States. Going to vacations to Cancun doesn't count, guys. Okay? That's not broadening your horizons. That's you being a dumbass. That's being put in a tourist trap. That's all that is. Where they're gonna take your money, your hard-earned money. But hey, you were in Cancun, right? So yeah, that's enough of my anti-establishment, anti-government rant, because the United States is beautiful. I'll say here, dude, there's no other place for me. No, there's no more of a serene place in the world than getting lost in between Mendocino and Trinity County, deep in those redwoods. That right there is heaven on earth. Just you and those big redwoods. Oh man, that is heaven on earth. So the United States got its beauty. You know, when you talk about Yellowstone, not just the movies, but when you've gone there in real life and visited Wyoming and gone and took a dip into the waters of Thermopolis, Wyoming, those healing waters, man, you get to see what America really is all about. You know what I mean? So I'm saying some good things about America because I'm proud to be an American, you know? I really am. I just hate what they've done to my mind. And I just hate what they do to poor people. And I just hate that they hurt each other so much. You know, it's because that's not what God brought us on earth to do. Jesus teaches one thing and one thing only: love. It's, if you know love, then you know me. That's Jesus. That's all Jesus got to tell you. You know, and all of Christianity can be summarized by 2 commandments: love God and love your fellow man. Love thy neighbor. And that's very hard when you're living in a place like the United States, man. You know, it really is. And with all this moving around of people trying to find refuge, trying to get out of the madness, now people in Colorado and Wyoming and Montana don't like their neighbors either, because they're coming from places like LA, not knowing that they're good people. There's good people coming from LA trying to exit the madness. But I mean, you already come with stereotypes, and so do they, and they come afraid, and you're afraid of them. And you know, just the way US is going, guys, is Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, I don't know what happened, guys, but it's like just so corrupt and disgusting. Like, hip-hop has made it to the point where you can just sleep around. First it was started with men, you know, back in the 90s. You know, Snoop Dogg and Eazy-E corrupted the world, you know, with the P's and the B's and the H's and all that, just speaking about it like it's nothing, you know. And now young women are growing up listening to those words, and when men call them that, they believe it. Like, man, I could go on and on and on and on and on, dude. But it started then, and then came the Cardi B's of the world, and the whatever, all these other rappers that I don't even know anymore, that just are so raunchy and disgusting and speak about everything other than Jesus Christ. And then when they try to say, some of them do, oh, I gotta thank Jesus Christ, you know, for the life that I live. Is like, yeah, I'm proud of you for saying that, but if you really love Jesus Christ, then change the life that you're living. Not only change the life that you're living, but speak about your life differently, you know? Teach people the truth, all right? It's not okay to sleep around. Whoever taught you that, it taught you wrong. Every person that you sleep with, whether you believe it or not, a part of their spirit and soul is going to be with you forever. Forever. And if that person is involved in witchcraft or any type of other evil stuff, guess what? That's going to be attached to you now too. You gotta be smart about these things, guys. You really do, man. So much going on in the world. And the only way you're going to get clarity is by coming to Christ. So, enough of that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Don't be afraid of my don't be afraid of my brain, guys. Jeez. Sometimes I feel like you guys think that you can't comment because I'm gonna go against everything you say. Nah, man, be yourself in the comment section. That's what it's for. I'm here to raise issues. I'm here for you to speak about things, and I don't necessarily have to respond. You could just post your comment and leave it there. You know what I'm saying? For other people to see. Yeah, it's my video, but your opinion's there too. So, if you think what I'm saying is hurting your feelings, let it be known. And I hope it hurts your feelings enough to the point where you decide that you don't no longer want to listen to secular music. You no longer want to support celebrities. You no longer want to listen to anyone's voice that's not guiding you to Christ. Not guiding you to Christ. Be aware of people that speak the word God and higher power, but don't mention Christ. I say higher power times too, and I say God, but it's Jesus Christ, because only through him can we find God. Only through his love can we find God. I love you, my Muslim brothers, my Hindus. I love all you guys. I really do. And when I'm in your countries and you show me your cross, and it's happened so many times. I could think of one girl or a kid at the hotel in Bangkok, Thailand. She showed me her cross and she smiled. She had seen one of my videos, and then she seen the cross on my chest, and she told me I'm Christian, and I was like, but are your parents Christian? And they're like, no, they're not. They're Buddhist. And I'm like, and they let you be Christian? And they're like, yeah, they told me if you wanted to be Christian, that they would support me. And they, at a young age, they send her off to Christian camp, and she believes in Christ. It's like, because I guess I was gonna stop it, but I'm not anymore, because the spirit just hit me, because Christ is the truth, man. He walked this earth. He was spat on. He was whipped, ridiculed, all that. The story. But he was also human. So there was a point where he was about to die, and he was on the cross, that he yelled out to God the same way that you should yell out to God. And I'm telling you, if you're struggling through life and you're praying and you're fed up, don't stop loving God. Demand more from God. Get down on your knees and say, Father, Lord, why have you forsaken me? I'm doing your deeds. I'm doing good. Please alleviate the stress. Please alleviate the pain. And he'll respond. And the second you see his glory, you're going to know who the one true God is. You're going to know who the one true God is, because Jesus Christ brought you to him. We got to see his love. Think about it. Think about the type of God we serve. Jesus Christ was being whipped. He was carrying that cross for a long time, and you would have thought God could have been like, hey, that's enough, but no, the lesson was not going to be learned that way. He wanted to prove to you that you can make it till the end. He wanted to prove to you that you can make it to the point where you feel you can't no more. Because I've been there, guys. I've been to the point where I can't no more. No more. And I've cried out to the Lord on many a day, okay? On many a day. And I've cried out to the Lord. And I've demanded things. And I've called him out for leaving me alone. For me thinking I was alone. But I wasn't. Because the number one lesson that God has taught me, and I want you guys to really pay close attention to this and internalize it, because this is the most important lesson that you're probably ever going to hear as a Christian. The number one lesson that God taught me is that when the pressure is real, his presence is greater. So how much pressure you feel is how much more his presence is greater. So if you think that you're there dying and that you can't no more, know that he's there with you, and that if he wasn't, you would have been dead. All right, guys, come to Christ. It's a beautiful thing. Like, this emotion that you hear me speak with is love. That's what it is. I got love in my heart, and it feels so good to say that. And without Jesus Christ, I wouldn't even know how to love. Without the Holy Spirit, I wouldn't even know what love is. And that's me just being 100% truthful. I wouldn't even know how to, I wouldn't even understand how to be loved. I wouldn't even know how to allow myself to be loved without God. That's how important a relationship with Christ is. Because Christ is love. What's happening in the United States is not love. Hey, I'm registering passion in the United States. I just happen to be American. I just happen to be a Californian, so that's what I can speak on. Because that's who I am. That's what raised me, you know. So, but I know there's trouble around the world too. For example, I'll speak on my heritage. Mexico, the devil is loose in Mexico. You know, the devil is loose in Mexico. And there's different stages to the devil. You know what's happening in the United States? It's that whole is this just like dirty, raunchy sleaziness is what's happening in the United States, with some form of violence. But what's happening in Mexico is straight up demonic. It's straight up demonic violence. Things that are unspeakable. They're unspeakable, literally, because of the things that the cartels are doing over there. Not just to each other, but to members of the family. You know, I have a house over there. My dad left me a home in Michoacan, and I won't go. We're from Michoacan, guys. We're from Michoacan. My family's from Michoacan. We're right there with the heavy hitters. I have an uncle that's an alcalde, which is like, you know, a mayor of a small town with fields of avocado that's battling cartels, man. Like, we're deep in it. So, and my wife can attest. She felt the fear, as I did too, when they rolled up on us, and didn't say a word. In their swooped up Chevy Silverado on rims, and in the back of the window was a Mexican and an American flag. So Mexicans love the United States. They really do. You know why? Especially the cartel. Because without you, America, without you, they wouldn't have a job. And so if you want to stop the drugs like you say you do, and I'm not talking about politics, because politics is BS. Politics, you could never believe a politician. If you really want to stop drugs, you have to do work internally. That's where it's at. Because I got stories. I'll put it like that. I got stories, okay? That I lived, that I've done, that I know happened, of whom I know of that does things. And just so you be like, what the hell is he talking about? Okay. People that for generations have been working in border patrol. People that for generations, and I'm talking about generations after generations, have been working for border patrol agents, have been working for the DEA, knowing when they started that job that their sole purpose for becoming a border patrol agent was that so when the marked car with the kilos of cocaine, meth, fentanyl, whatever you want to call it, was about to pass by, he can just wave them on through. And guess what? These are people in very, very high positions who, if you were to ask people, they would never even be like, oh no, you're insane. That no, he could never. He's the most honorable person this force has. You know what I mean? It's just like, I could go on and on, but so a wall ain't gonna stop nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you want to stop the drugs from coming, you gotta start within your own government, because your own government is why those drugs are being allowed in. You think the big bad mighty United States couldn't stop a drug problem if they wanted to? Yeah, they could. Do you think that they want to? No. Hey, United States, I have a question for you. You love peace, right? You're the world police, right? Wherever you see people that are in need, wherever you see people that are suffering under dictatorships and are suffering brutality from their own people, you go in there and you save them, like you did Afghanistan. You go in there and you save them, like you did to Gaddafi, and you go there and you save them like you did in Iraq, and you go and BS. Hey, why aren't you helping your neighbor Mexico that's being massacred? Innocent people, not just drug dealers, not just cartels. Why don't you send the army in there, dude, and end the cartels? Why don't you send who is going to stop the United States Marines? Tell me, who in the world can stop the United States Marines on a mission? Right? Why haven't you done it? Go stop the cartels, right? As easily as Israel is bombing children and one or two Hamas members, and as easily as you bombarded Afghanistan and all that other good stuff, you can easily go and take out these cartels. Easily. You have the intelligence. Just murk them all. Dunzo. You saved your neighbor Mexico because you cared, because you're a loving neighbor. But guess what? You're not. So I lost faith in this, United States as out for good. Biden, I'm gonna speak on you too. What you're doing right now, man. Ooh, what you're doing is, I'm not even gonna go there, man. But you can easily say enough. How can you be a hypocrite with Ukraine, right? But then Gaza and Israel, you see what's happening before our very eyes? Israel is taking over other people's lands. Does it remind you of anything? Maybe this is why, the United States is going through what it's going through right now. Everything's coming back full circle. We all know how the United States started. It's no secret. A lot of you are going to tune out now, but it's true. We all know how it started. So is it coming full circle? Do you know what I mean? So you never know. What doesn't start well won't end well. And it all boils down to God. There's always salvation with the Lord. I stopped trying to save the world. I stopped trying to do that a long time ago because world events really mess with me, guys. So now I'm just worried about saving myself and anyone that's willing to listen to me speak. Because if you've listened this far, then I have no doubt that you're going to go into your prayer closet today, get on your knees, and ask God to come into your heart. You're going to ask God to clear your heart of any hate, any ego, any self that's in there, and that the love that God has for Jesus be put in your heart. That's the one prayer that you need to pray every day. Pray that prayer every day and watch your life transform. Vietnam, guys. This is not a dream. God made it into a reality.